Hello again, my name is Medic Isaac. In today's video lesson, we are going to be looking at modes of nutrition. So I will want you to pay attention and still jot as I take you through this aspect of biology that is so important if you are writing these exams that I'm about to mention, WAEC, NECO, JAM, and some of the science exams. So stay tuned and make sure you jot in this video lesson. Now, what is nutrition? Nutrition is just a process of taking in food, using it for energy, growth, and repair of worn out tissue. Right. Now, nutrition is therefore divided into two, what we call autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. But in this aspect, I'm going to take you through autotrophic nutrition before heterotrophic nutrition. Now, what is autotrophic nutrition? Auto here is self, right? Trophic is feeding. Do you understand? So that simply means that autotrophic nutrition is a kind of nutrition where plants or green plants are being able to manufacture their own food. Do you understand? Now, this man is therefore divided into two. How do we call them? Holophytic or photosynthetic nutrition. Let's discuss that first. Now, or holophytic. Now, what is this photosynthetic or holophytic nutrition? There are those aspects of nutrition where green plants are able to manufacture their own food. But in this scenario, the food we call them glucose. Right? They do this from CO2 plus H2O, right? Through the light they trap from sunlight. Do you understand? So it simply means that it is a kind of nutrition where green plants are being able to manufacture their own food, and the food they manufacture we call it glucose, and they manufacture it from this man and this man. Do you understand? Thank you. Now there is some equation, sorry, about this photosynthetic or holophytic nutrition. We are going to derive it now. Now, I said glucose, but where we're going to start is from the place I said from CO2, right? So they attach six subscripts to that, right? Which is 6 CO2 plus, I'm deriving the equation now, 6 H2O, right? This is the reaction. Um, this is a light reaction. If you want, you put chlorophyll here for those writing WAEC. If they ask you to derive the equation, right? So you're gonna do it. The product is the starch, sorry, the simple sugar, which is glucose. The formula for glucose is C is H6, H12, and O6, which is C6, H12, and O6 plus 6 molecule of oxygen. Now, this is the formula, or this is the equation that is attached to this holophytic nutrition. Now, JAM can be tricky, and JAM can be one kind exam that we really need to be careful about, right? So let us deep down in this thing that we are doing. Let's deep down. What is this? This man now, particularly, the source of this man is air. Do you understand? The source is air, right? And this source enters plant or enters, okay, yeah, plant through the stomata. Please jot, it enters the plant through stomata. And what is stomata? Stomata are the tiny holes in the leaf. So it traps sunlight, this air. It traps this air. Do you understand? So that is the function of this CO2 that is here. Now we come to H2O. We all know that this is water. Yes, this is water. Okay. So, but this water is okay. The source of this water is soil. and it enters the soil or the root through the root hairs via osmosis. It's very important we note it. It's very important we note it. It enters the root hair via osmosis. Now, what is this? This is just the reaction, light reaction, right? This chlorophyll. Chlorophyll cannot, we all know that, right? So let's come to the product side. The product side, this product, this is glucose. We all know that. This is glucose, right? And this glucose is simple sugar. Okay, this glucose is simple sugar. Do you understand? So this glucose now is used up for respiration immediately. Now, this is the product, and as a human being, do you know you have glucose in your body? Glucose is here, glucose is here, glucose is in your stomach, right? That is why sometimes if you didn't eat, you find out that you still have small energy to function. You are doing it because of the glucose you have in your body. So it's very important. This is your glucose, right? And cassava, they store their own glucose, right? They store it. That's why if you go to uproot cassava, you will see that that thing we are uprooting and saying that this is the seed, this is the whatever, that is the glucose. Do you understand? Right? So the the they are used up for respiration immediately, and they store glucose, and they store this as starch. Okay, they store it as starch. Do you understand? Okay, this is O2. This O2 now is a gas. It's being released in the atmosphere immediately, and not this thing that I'm about to do now. This O2 particularly is gotten from this He2O. Is gotten from it. There have been a various question referring to that. So please take note about all these things that I'm saying. Now, this holophytic nutrition that we are talking about, there are organisms that use, or there are some things, okay, some green plants that, or things that uses this kind of nutrition particularly. Some are the likes of green plants. Green plants cannot live without this kind of nutrition. Some are some protists. The protist is what? The protist is euglena. The protist is another thing is chlamydomonas. Domonas. So it's very important we take note about all these things that I'm saying. It's very, very important. Now, the next, like I said while I was starting, is that there are two, right? One is holophytic, and the next is chemosynthetic. Now let's go to chemosynthetic nutrition. Chemo in particularly means chemicals, while synthetic means to produce, right? So particularly these are organisms that produce with the aid of chemicals. They cannot function without chemicals. And the examples or things that you really need to know about this is, it's very, very important we know this thing I'm about to say. One is the bacterium, right? It's been divided like this. This is okay, some bacterium like nitrosomonas. This one converts, or okay, product. This converts. It converts what? It converts ammonia to what? Nitrite. Please take note. It converts ammonia to nitrite. It's very important. I didn't say nitrate. Okay, so please take note about this because it's confusing. Take note about it. Now, another one is Nitrobacter. Nitrobacter does what? It converts nitrite to what? Nitrate. Have you seen it now? So there is difference between these two, right? Another one is Thiobacillus. Thiobacillus. What is this man oxidizes or converts? What does it work on? It oxidizes hydrogen sulfide. It oxidizes hydrogen sulfide to what? to sulfur. It's very important to take note. Another one is ferrobacillus. What does this one do? Oxidizes um ferric ion. Okay, let me just give you the formula. Is Fe 2 plus, right, to Fe 3 plus. So ferric to ferrous ion. It's very important we take note about. I'll go to heterotrophic nutrition. Now, what is heterotrophic nutrition? Heterotrophic nutrition is an inverse of this autotrophic nutrition, where all these organisms cannot manufacture their own food, but they depends on other organisms to succeed. Now, what do I mean? There are examples about that or those organisms, right? So let's go straight to that. One of the organisms that cannot be able to manufacture but depends on other organisms to feed are the likes of holozoic. Holozoic, right? Now, what is holozoic nutrition? Please, I want to interpret this to the extent that nobody is going to be cramming things or it will be hard for us to comprehend. I don't want to do that. I just want us to understand it naturally. Now, what is holozoic nutrition? This kind of nutrition where, okay, the living organisms. Let me just give you everything that you really need to know about all this nutrition. Now, the organisms that undergo this nutrition, they undergo five things. One is they undergo ingestion. Two is absorption. Three is digestion, or two is digestion. Three, absorption. Four, assimilation. And five, ingestion. Now let me write ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and ingestion. Now, if you are looking at all these things that I have written or derived like this, can you tell me or simply tell me the organisms that undergo all these kinds of nutrition or takes all this kind of nutritional value, right? Okay, what is ingestion? Ingestion is just ability to take in food. We all know that, right? So what is digestion? Digestion is a ability or the process of digesting large molecule of food into soluble or small particles of food, right? Now, what is absorption? All this digested food, right? The cell absorb it, right? Do you understand? So this assimilation is the okay, yeah, this is the process of taking it into the cell, right? Taking it into the cell for what? To gain energy or to use it for energy and building of the body. What is this exhaustion? It's just removing the large molecule, right? Removing it, the waste one, removing it out of the body. So all these things now, this one is interpreting what we are doing in this life, where every living organism, in fact, the Mr. Niger plus D said it that every living organism must surely die, right? So after all this process, they're going to die from this aspect, exhaustion. Now, you understand? So the organisms that undergo holozoic nutrition are the likes of you that is watching me. You undergo holozoic nutrition. What do I mean? You ingest, right? You ingest, you assimilate, you absorb, and you digest, right? You do all those stuffs. So you are an example of this holozoic nutrition. Hope you understand, right? So each of them are man. Another EG is cat. Another EG are the likes of dog. Another EG are the likes of amoeba, right? So they undergo all these kinds of nutrition. Please don't mind my handwriting. I don't know. Okay, so I think you understand. There is no question that's going to be asked from this place now for you to fail it. This holozoic nutrition, I believe that. So next is parasite or parasitic nutrition. Now, what I'm not going to derive, I'm not going to go much in parasite because almost everybody know about parasite. I started hearing things about parasite when I was in primary six, so I believe everybody know that. But I'm going to just give us the examples so that we're going to understand more, right? So example of parasites like of tapeworm, the likes of ticks, the likes of lice, the likes of plasmodium, malaria man, and many. So they are parasite or parasitic organisms, right? So we have ecto and all those things. No, it's not. So next in my list is what we call saprophytic. Saprophytic nutrition. Now, what is saprophytic nutrition? This is just a kind of nutrition where living organisms, right, depends on dead and decaying organic matter for them to derive their food. What do I mean? Right? This is sapro, this is phytic, right? So that depends. This sapro is dead, decaying, right? So they are dead, decaying. This phytic is depend. So that depends on dead and decaying organic matter for them or materials for them to gain their food. Now, the organisms that undergo these kinds of nutrition are the likes of mushroom. Now, mushroom, for this now to derive the nutritional value, is not going to play with wood or dead wood. Dead wood. Right? So, for this to take its own nutrition, it's going to contact this. Right? You know this what this means now? Dead wood, right? So, next is Rhizopus. This man feeds on rotten vegetable or fruit. Right? Next is some bacteria. This man, they feeds on dead animals. Right? So you have seen it now, right? So you have seen the organism that feeds on saprophytic or feeds saprophytically. You understand? So lastly, we have symbiotic feeders, symbiotic or symbiote, right? So this symbiotic. Now, this sim now is together, right? This bio is life. Do you understand? So this aspect now, they are saying that two organisms feeding together, none is being harmed, but they are helping each other, right? So let's go straight to the point. Their examples are, please, I don't know whether I'm to define it, but I think this explanation will go more or teach you many things you need to know, right? So, right, so examples are alga plus fungus or fungi, right? This alga provides food, uh, protect protection, right? But this fungus provides food. Do you understand? So that is how the relation is. No one hurts or harm each other. This alga provides food, but this fungus provides protection. So none of this relationship hurts or harm each other. Have you seen it now? So next is some some ants, or next is ants and flower. Do you understand? The ants carries pollen from another flower to the other flower, while the flower gives them nectar, or they come to that place because they suck sweet nectar. So have you seen? None of the relationship, none of them is being harmed. Do you understand? So next is rhizobium bacteria, right? Plus leguminous plant. Have you seen it? This kind of relationship, none of them is being harmed. Do you understand? So all this, they benefit from each other. They derive protection. They derive nutrients, but none of them harm each other. They live peacefully. Do you understand? So that's that. So we have types of this symbiotic nutrition. One in my list is what we call mutualism. Mutualism is this a kind of nutrition where two organisms are together, none is being harmed. They are just mutual something. You understand? So next is commensalism. This aspect, okay, none of them is being harmed, but only one can benefit. Do you understand? Then parasite. This one kills the host. He's a wicked person. He kills the host, right? So parasite kills the host while the one is being benefited. So thank you for watching my video. If you watch to this point, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure you share the video to other students so that they're going to understand and benefit from it the way you do. Right? Stay tuned. We are backing on more videos, or we are working on more videos to see exams being students succeed from exams. Thank you and kudos to you.